Good morning, everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and we're about to get started with today's lower intensity interval workout. Let's start with the march. We're going to switch up the way that we're working out today. So hopefully you already have your weights and whatnot around you if you've decided that you're using weights. Move forward and backwards if you have the space. Let's get our heart rates up a little bit more. Today we're going to do each move for 1 minute. We've got about 12 seconds between exercises. We're going to repeat most of the moves that we're doing twice. The second time through, I'm going to give you an option of how you can make it a little bit more challenging. But you can stick with the move that we did in round one, or you can ramp it up a little bit. Don't feel challenged to get in tons of reps of an exercise. Do what feels right for your body today. Focus on having some good form and just moving. I'm so proud of you for being here. I hope that you are too. We got a couple seconds left of this march, and then we're going to go for a jack, whether you're actually going for a jumping jack or you're just going to bring your arms up overhead. Make a decision, and let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Stepping out with those arms up overhead. Maybe you're keeping your jack really light for yourself today and barely even transferring a lot of weight, or maybe you're stepping out in your jack. Get as much movement with your arms as you can. Can you bring your hands all the way up overhead and then back down? If you want to get a little bit jazzier or dance or hop a little bit more, go for it. This is your workout. Find what feels good and have fun. That's just going to keep you coming back, is making these movements something that you can actually enjoy doing. Almost there. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to get some big knee pulls after this and already start to challenge the balance for today. Keep going, whatever pace you need to. We're almost there. Awesome. Shake your arms out, shake your legs out. Next, we're going to go for a big knee pull. So you're going to plant one foot down on the ground. You're going to draw your opposite knee up. See if you can interlace your fingers, grab hold, perhaps even lean back a little and switch. Let's get started. So minimally just working to lift that leg up. Maybe as you're moving through this minute and feeling a little bit more warm, you can give yourself a gentle lean back. So as I'm leaning back, I'm squeezing the glute of my standing leg and driving hips forward. So the lean back is really from the hip drive, as opposed to just bringing your shoulders towards the back of the room. We got one more warm-up style exercise before we'll get into our repeated circuit. But these moves that we're doing in the warm-up, they're going to come up again in the actual workout. Woo! Has your balance been good today, or have you stumbled just a little bit as well? It happens. Next up, we've got some good mornings. So we're going to cross hands over our shoulders. You can take a generous bend of your knees. Exhale, weight in your heels as your glutes come back for a nice flat back. Let's do it. Keeping your chin neutral to your chest. So your eye gaze comes down to the floor, and then your eye gaze lifts right back up to the wall in front of you. If it doesn't feel good to have your arms across your chest, you can even stretch your hands down to the floor. One hand on top of the other, though, can really help you feel stabilized in this exercise. Check out what's happening with your feet. We don't want to be rolling the weight out or in, so our knees stay in line with each other, in line with your hips. Last few breaths right here. I'm starting to feel a little warm, are you? I hope so. That is the goal of our warm up, to warm everything up that has maybe not been moving much yet today. Awesome. Next up, we're going to go for a back lunge. So if you're using a mat, you can step on your mat. We're simply stepping back into a lunge Weight is in your front heel as you draw yourself back forward. Same leg's going to step back. Let's go for it. So stepping back into a lunge, keeping your hip turned forward of the leg that's stepping back, so that as you step back into the lunge, we don't want to turn towards the opposite wall. We're staying forward towards the top of the mat, just shifting the weight. And your lunge can be really deep, or your lunge can simply be practicing stepping back and trying to bring a bend to your front knee. Shoulders away from your ears, low belly pulled in. So you're contracting your core. That's what I mean when I say drawing your low belly in. Your abdomen is engaged, as if someone was going to come over and give you a couple of punches in your belly. I sure hope they don't do that. But if they did, if you saw them coming, you would probably pull in and brace yourself to prepare. And that's the same thing we're doing while we're working out. And we're still just stepping one leg back, pulling it forward. Working the standing leg, actually. Shake it out. We're going to let the opposite leg stay where it is and find our back lunge on the other side. Shoulders away from your ears, chest lifted, low belly in. Place your hands wherever you want and find that step back. It's a whole new side of the body, so your balance on this side might be worse and it might be better. Just do your best, whether that means it's the same size step, or if you need to take a slightly smaller step, to be mindful of yourself. Remember, the leg that's stepping back, that hip is staying towards the front of your room, the front of your mat space. We're not turning out. And you've got lots of weight in your front foot heel. That front heel, that squeeze of your glutes, engaging your quad and your hamstring, is what's pulling you forward. We're almost there. Last 10 seconds. If you need an extra break before we finish the minute though, then I hope that you'll take it. But if you think you can get back to the movement, then do that too. All right, next up, we're going for a squat. I'm going to hold a weight. I'm going to hold 2 weights during this first round of squats. I'm going to put the weights up at my shoulders. Elbows are staying in. We're just going down, squatting, and pressing ourselves back up. So from the side, I'm reaching my glutes gently behind me and then pressing them back forward. So that as you go down, we don't want to squat so that our heels lift up off of the floor and there's lots of weight in the toes, lots of weight in your heels, reaching for a chair behind you and then lifting yourself back up. Exhale on the hardest part for you, most likely on your way down. And I know your belly is probably going to come towards your thighs, but we're not trying to round forward. So I'm not leading with my head. I'm leading with my glutes. And I'm keeping lots of weight in the heels. We're almost there. If holding on to weights is making you feel off balance, though, just put the weights down and practice your squat. Beautiful. We're going to go for just one weight. I'm going to switch to a single, heavier weight and a staggered stance. The weight is in the hands of the leg that I have behind me. Taking a hinge from your hips, we're going to roll an elbow up and then just bring it right back down. Awesome. Let's go for it. Exhale, elbow stays close by your side, even pointing directly behind you. Beautiful. So we're just finding a row right here. We can even add in a little bit of a Romanian deadlift. So if you hinge forward, lift yourself up halfway, row, arm comes down, and then painting towards the inside of your thigh for just a little extra work right here. Ooh, I feel that backside working. If you don't like that little extra row down, just stay hinged. Just focus on this row. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Step your feet in. We're going to switch our hands, switch our feet. So the leg that you have staggered behind you is the one that you have the weight in. There's a slight bend in your front knee, a hinge from your hips. Exhale, drive your elbow back. So I'm pulling the weight back towards my pocket, or really towards my hip. some real high pockets. If you want, you can add in that little bit of a hinge, halfway lift, row. I'm going to focus on just that row right here. We'll have an opportunity to add a little bit more balance into play for the next round through what we can do with just a single arm row. Pardon me. So I'm using my exhale to find that drive of the elbow. We're engaging the upper back, little bicep working. Weight is in your front heel. Try not to let it come just to your toe. Low belly is still drawn in. Almost there. Oh, step your feet together. Great work. We're moving on. Next up is back to our lunge. So I'm going to step the right foot back behind me. We're going to keep the right foot where it is. Right knee comes to the floor, and then press yourself up through your left heel. So your right hip still stays turned forward. I hope you started the move with me. We're just lowering down a little bit and lifting yourself up. If you need to, you can always have a hand on a wall or on a chair to help you as you find the balance. Remember, weight in your front heel. Everything's going down like an elevator. So as I come down, my hips aren't shifting behind me. I'm not shifting the weight forward. I'm going straight down and straight up. And you can go whatever pace you want as you breathe. Exhale down. Inhale, a little squeeze of that back lower side to lift yourself up. So the great news is we're already on round 2. We're more than halfway through the whole workout for today. Go ahead, step your feet together, give it a little bit of a shake. We're going to step the opposite leg back and get right into our static lunge in 3, 2, 1. Weight in your front heel, little tuck of your hips and pelvis. Right knee bends, left knee comes closer to the floor. Keep lifting up through the crown of your head. Keep your core engaged. Last time through of our lunges today. Keep going, almost there. One minute can be a very long time. Remember, you can take a break if you need to, but when you have taken a couple of breaths, see if you can get just one more. Just one at a time is what we're going for. For 3, 2, 1. Step your feet together, shake it out. We've got one more squat. This time we're going to go for a squat with an alternating knee pull. I'm going to come back to holding those weights by my shoulders. So squatting down, let's do that together. Squat. As you press back up, we're going to drive a knee up. Quietly return your foot to the floor. Squat. Press through your heels. Knee up. Awesome. That's the whole move. Let's keep going. Weights can always come forward to your chest if you don't like having them on your shoulders for a little goblet style. And can you challenge yourself as you lift your leg to bring that knee forward in front of you, to have your heel underneath of your knee as you find that knee drive. A little bit more challenging when you keep that 90-degree angle versus when you go for a little flamingo drive. Still really using breath. You're going at the pace that's right for you. Staying balanced, staying in control. So proud of yourself. Yes, awesome. We're going to go with just one weight in our hand for that row once again. So I have the weight in the leg, hands of the leg that's behind me, and you can stay right here. Let's begin that row, or you can challenge yourself, shift the weight forward, lift that back leg up off the floor. Keep your left hip, if that's the leg you have behind you, turned down. We're trying to stabilize through the ankle. You can always put that Left foot back down on the floor and come back to your row. This is a great one to really challenge yourself of finding that weight shift, keeping a nice straight line from your head to your toe. We're well beyond halfway. Woo, starting to sweat here at the end. I'm going for 2 with my toe down and 2 with my leg lifted. Last few breaths here on this side. Awesome. Let's go ahead. Switch hands, switch legs. So opposite leg forward. Turn your hips to the top of your mat, shoulders away from your ears, belly pulled in, and let's start with the row. So driving that elbow back behind you, close by your side. Option to find your hinge. Create long length through the crown of your head. Ooh, pressing through your heel, maybe reaching with your toe. Think about internally rotating your thigh here. That external rotation of your thigh can be what makes you start to turn towards the side wall. So if you're lifting that leg, you're internally rotating your thigh in. And deep thoughts. If you're standing on the floor, this one can be a little bit easier versus standing on a mat. Once you bring that extra cushion under your feet, it can make stability a little bit more of a challenge. So that's something to really think about if you find yourself wiggling and wobbling here. Are you on a carpet? Are you on a wet bare floor? Change. Are you on a mat? We're coming down to the floor, down to the floor. Lay down on your back. Draw your knees to your chest. We got some dead bugs. Press your hands against your thighs and push for 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's do it again. Push for 3, 2, 1, and release. Each time you press, big exhale for that full duration. Inhale as you release. Low back pushes back down towards the floor. Inhale to find that gentle release. Last few breaths here. Awesome. We're almost there. And then we're going to get a quick stretch down here from the floor. This will be the last move that we do for the day. One more time. Press for 3, 2, 1. And then release the soles of the feet down to the floor. Extend your arms nice and wide. Take a gentle windshield wipe of your legs, left and right, left and right. Beautiful. As you're ready, we're going to roll on over into tabletop. Hands, palms come down on the floor underneath of you. Give yourself a couple cat cows right here. Fingers spread really nice and wide like a starfish. Press into the palms of your hands. Look towards your knees, towards your belly button, and then pull your chest forward. Feel free to shake a little side to side through your hips. Maybe shake a little side to side through your shoulders. Excellent. Find your neutral tabletop once again. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. Pedal your heels for a moment in down dog. And then start to walk your hands to your feet. Your feet to your hands, and then if you're me, walk yourself back to your earbud. Take a generous bend in your knees. So your belly and your thighs are touching each other here. And you can stay here with your belly and thighs touching each other. You can grab hold of your opposite elbows. You can wrap your arms around your legs. If your fingers touch the floor, belly still touching on your thighs. As you begin to shift the weight forward and lift your hips, keep one foot planted Actually, keep both feet planted as you bend one knee and then the other. So even if you have that generous bend of your knees, you can still keep your feet planted and bend one knee and shift your hips. Take a moment to shake your head. Yes. Yes, I'm so proud of myself for coming today. Shake your head. Nope. Nope. No regrets. And then more weight into your heels. Slowly roll yourself all the way back up. Shoulders relax away from your ears. Stretch your fingers down towards the floor. Stretch up through the crown of your head. Ground through your feet. Drive your hips forward. One more big breath. Turn your hands, palms forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down by your side. Relax. You did it. I'm so proud of you. I hope that you're feeling so proud of yourself for coming and getting this slightly different, lower intensity workout for today. I can't wait to see you again soon. If you need some stretches, come back this afternoon.